Record. Episode,
That's right.
yeah. The Rock Metal Podcast, episode 203 with Killit. All right, Rock Metal Nation, what is up? This is John from the Rock Metal Podcast. That sample you just heard was Waiting for the Day by Killit, who I've got on the show with me right now. They've got a new single called Waiting for the Day, along with a killer music video that we're going to be chatting about here shortly. And right now I'm being joined by Gaz to share some stories about the music and share more info about the band. So Gaz, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Hello.
All right, let's go listen back to that track, Waiting for the Day.
Down to your level now. A fool in the place I call home. Pushing me down, you know that I don't wanna see. Rage in this face, you don't wanna know. Seconds out, you've got my full attention. I got no vision and no memory highway. We're trying hard to justify this new invention. I think the reason has never been clear. Waiting for the day that you see things my way.
Come back from Waiting for the Day. Now, this is the latest single to come out of Killit, correct?
That is indeed correct.
Cool, cool. Now, definitely a killer track. I love the music video as well, which we can chat about here shortly. I'm curious, what is the story or inspiration behind Waiting for the Day?
I get asked about lyrical content, and then I have to sort of think back, what is that about? I tend to, the way we write, it's the opposite of the Elton John method. We don't have lyrics first and we create things around that, which is really the way you should sort of do it, I suppose, but no one does that. So we have some riffs and stuff that we start coming over with. I'll probably come up with some kind of idea for a chorus first, and that will then lead me into creating the lyrical content for, obviously, the meaning of the song. Waiting for the Day, there's a couple of levels to it, really. It can be seen as a personal kind of thing where you might have a disagreement with somebody, and that you're waiting until you see eye to eye and trying to work out whether it's worth actually fighting with that person or not. But also, it's a little bit more global than that on some levels as well, because it's obviously we're in a very interesting sort of geopolitical climate at the moment, and we're not some massively political band, but it's an easier subject matter for me than the I love, you love, he love kind of synopsis. I prefer to sort of make commentary on things that I observe and maybe certain thought processes and beliefs that I have, but that's very much can be seen as the struggle between the normal people and the powers that be that really are in a completely different world to maybe you or I, and don't really see life as we see it, and there's an awful lot of things that I don't agree with that I'm not in control of changing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now, for Rock Metal Nation who dug the track Waiting for the Day, is be excited to know that there is a music video that they can go ahead and check out. So if you go to today's show notes, that's www.therockmetalpodcast.ca. You can go and see the music video for Waiting for the Day. Now, Gaz, why don't you go and take us through the production of the music video?
Yeah, well, we got a 2-for-1 deal. Nero, our guitarist, is our chief negotiator, and we know the guys up at it's a company called Sitcom Soldiers, who have done quite a few videos for us, some of which haven't seen the light of day, but some of which have. And we've kind of messed around with trying to do things with different people, or on less of a budget, or just kind of compromising a little bit too much. And we just decided, you know what, these guys are awesome. They're not in London, so it's a bit of a trek. It's time consuming and expensive, but it looks the best of everything we've ever done. So you can't cut corners with things like that. And if you're going to do something creative, you've got to pay for it. So we're trying to invest into things that look and sound how we want them to sound. So we travelled up to Preston, where they're based. Nice big warehouse, great production team, and we actually ended up doing 2 videos that are in one day. So the next video that you see will also come from those guys. Same production values, but looks completely different.
Very exciting stuff. Now, speaking of exciting, let's go listen to the next track, Shut It Down.
Walking alone in the streets and I'm looking back, 'cause the city ain't
Rock Metal Nation, it's John from the Rock Metal Podcast for a real quick break to let you know that Jay over at Metal Mayhem Radio is looking to help you get your band in rotation on his station. So go ahead and hit up Jay at studio@metalmayhemradio.co.uk. That is studio@metalmayhemradio.co.uk. Just go ahead and say that the Rock Metal Podcast sent you. He'll get you into rotation on Metal Mayhem Radio. Come back from Shut It Down, which is originally from the 2016 debut album, complete with a music video, which we'll be chatting about here shortly. So, Gaz, similar question for you. What is the story or inspiration behind Shut It Down?
That song was written, in essence, before I actually joined the band. And the previous singer, Itai, and Nero are actually both from Israel. And it's got a little bit of a sort of a political sort of stint to it. Obviously, it's, there's a lot of unrest over there and has been for years. And it's not supposed to be a massive political rant, but it does have a few little points in there about that same sort of thing I said before, where the powers that be have made decisions that maybe the people on the ground don't necessarily agree with. And there's a line in there about I'm not going to die for one small piece of land. So you can make of that what you will, considering the geography that's involved. So, yeah, it's just about, anywhere where I've ever been, I've travelled a lot through music, and you might have an opinion of one place. And yet when you go there and speak to the people, that media-based opinion is completely blown out of the water, because that's not how, or usually isn't how, the normal man on the street behaves towards you.
Mm-hmm. You bring up a good point there. Now, for a Rock Metal Nation who dug the track Shut It Down, we'll be excited to know that there is a music video. So if you go and go to today's show notes, that is www.therockmetalpodcast.ca. You can go and see the music video for Shut It Down. Now, as you mentioned, it's the same production team that did Waiting for the Day for Shut It Down?
Yeah. We decided they just do such a good job. They're like, well, should we just go back there? It's not always practical financially, and definitely not financially, but it's not always practical to go to these guys. And it depends what the video needs. Some of our other videos have been simpler ideas that were easier to do but looked amazing. And you can some of the other videos on the YouTube channel you can see from that. But yeah, we went to the same place that we went to do Shut It Down just because the quality was great. We wanted that warehouse kind of feel of live performance video, but in a big space. Which I think hopefully we've achieved the right result for both videos.
Cool. Now, what is the next exciting thing coming up after the release of Waiting for the Day?
Well, that is number one in a series of things. We will have an album coming out, but we didn't want to leave it 12 months from now until we sort of release anything, because that's just way too long. So we decided to record as we go. I have a studio here that we rehearse and record in. We track everything here. So we have the ability to sort of release things as we go. And that's the plan. So we've got another couple of videos lined up. And we have a tour in October with Diamond Head, the UK, was it a new wave of British heavy metal?
Yes.
They had those tracks from back in the day with Am I Evil that Metallica covered. And so they've got a really good fan base. We're jumping on being the main support for the tour of the UK. We wanted to release something just before we went out on tour. And then when we finish the tour, we'll throw something else at the people. And hopefully everybody who's seen us on tour will want to come and see all the new videos.
Cool. Makes sense. Now, the next logical question for Rock Metal Nation who wants to find out more about you guys is there a place we should go to on the web?
Yes, there is. Just have a lovely redesign of the website, which is Killit&nbsp. You can buy T-shirts. We post to Canada. We post all over. So we've got all the brands, the branded T-shirts, and all the albums and stuff are all for sale on there. And when the new stuff comes out, that'll be on there as well. All the links to the videos and tour dates and the mailing list, everything is up there if you want to go to killit.band.com.
Cool. All right. Well, Gaz, if there's anything else you wanted to throw out there, I just wanted to thank you for taking time out of your day to come onto the Rock Metal Podcast and sharing Kill It with Rock Metal Nation.
Thanks for having me, man. Awesome.
All right, Rock Metal Nation. Hopefully you just found your new favorite band and Kill It. Big thanks again to them for coming on and sharing their music with us. Make sure to head over to www.therockmetalpodcast.ca to get all the information on the show you just heard today. And until then, rock on, Rock Metal Nation.
No